Hello and welcome back to In My Image. This episode will be dedicated to going through the ledger and looking at the various countries. Here at the end of, not time, but the end of Victoria II, 1936. So I took a look at the Victoria II War Analyzer to see where the bloodiest battles had been fought, etc. And it turns out we were not actually involved in any war that exceeded 2 million casualties in total. So we were quite efficient. We picked our battles well and we didn't massacre the enemies. Well, what 2 million is quite a massacre, but we had a good run. And this also leaves plenty of room for Hoy to see the casualty numbers skyrocket higher than they've ever done before in Mongol history. So, let us take a look at the ledger. So, I've temporarily modded away the end date so we can... we don't have to see the game over screen. Looking at the ledger, we see that everyone is a civilized nation. I believe there are no uncivilized nations left. We had Ireland here. No, they are uncivilized. Weird. Shouldn't they be... Oh, okay, so uncivilized is apparently above secondary powers. So, Ireland is uncivilized. Make of that what you will. Plenty of secondary powers, and the great powers, as you might know, we are number one. I did not expect us to be number one, and to be perfectly honest, we are only number one in, well, because of our prestige. We have way more prestige than anyone else. Almost twice as much as the one with the second highest. No, more than twice as much. Yep, and our industry is big, but 2 nations eclipse us. Our army is the biggest, but there are at least one... There is one nation that is close. Hedalgenia First States has an army of almost 3,000. And also, do note that we have 800 points in capital ships, so their soldiers and army is actually much stronger. Though they are in North America. We have Kortia with a massive industry base, but they never managed to build up their army. We have Megacampaign, our eternal rival, which we have eclipsed militarily quite significantly. Their industry is still, well, I would say it's tied. On this side of the fence we have Narinya with the biggest army of any AI nation. Very impressive, seeing as their industry base is not that big. To be honest, these here, Narinya, Alkmarid, Coruña, Inalchi, they are not really even in the same league. You could argue Narinya is, but at the same time I wouldn't really say so. We have the Alkmarids, we have Coruña, we have Inalchi. They're all powerful in their own rights, and whoever they ally would pack quite a punch. You can see their nice flags here. I believe all of them have custom flags. So we have an entire custom set of great powers here. It looks really neat. Let's take a look at the ledger. Military score, we already know about these. On the other hand, the total population. As you can see, Hedalgenia First States has a staggering population. 480 million people. This is insane. I mean, the total population of the world is probably lower in this world than in the real world at this point in time. But this is respectable because this is just so immense. We are second with 375 million. Followed by Kortia with 322 and Narinya with 300. Mengetemuria with 259, and then we have the 100 million club here with Alkmarid, Japon, Guglug, Inalchi. We do have some really low scoring nations, like Altni Ord with a measly 54. Most of these are random island nations littering the world map. Ships, I believe we are the undisputed masters of the sea, with 333 ships compared to Japan's 111. Japan and Corunia are the only other naval powers pretty much at all. Brigades, Hetelgenia, Mengu-Tumuria, and then us. So we have two nations with way greater military capacity than us, and then Narinia, and after those we have, well, their militaries are not that impressive. Literacy rate, we are not at 100%, we never got there. Our school system reform came way too late, so we only have 97% literacy. On the other hand, who needs to read when you can hold a gun? Factories, Korchia with the most factories, though Hetelgenia has the biggest capacity, I suppose. Provinces, the biggest nation is Hetelgenia, followed by Korchia, Narinia, Mengu-Tumuria, Adagost, and then us. Adagost is massive, but it's all African land, which was quite poorly developed by them. Political systems, we do have quite a few fascists. I don't think the Kurultais managed to take root in any of these nations, even though I believe an idea for Hoi would be to have the socialists turn humanist. That would shake things up a bit, creating a Western bloc, or Northwestern bloc. We have a lot of liberals. We do have some fascists, or Kurultai supremacists, in the form of Nalchi and Narinia. Narinia with all of their cores mostly lying unclaimed. They turned fascist fairly quickly. Corunia, socialist. People might be wondering about Great Britain or Odogor Ulsin, but they are just some backwater with barely any population and any industry and military to talk about. The only interesting thing here is our little exclave, where we farmed our coal. Targana is actually the only reactionary. They are a Khanate. There's not many Khanates left, mostly us. Guglug, bourgeoisie dictatorship led by the radicals. Japan, constitutional liberal. There's a lot of freedom going on here, which I'm not sure if I approve of. Maybe I need to crush everyone beneath the heel of the Great Khan once again. Anyway, you can see that there's quite a few constitutional Khanates, quite a few democracies, interestingly enough. In the Khanate club, we really only have me, or us, Targana, and the other ones are completely inconsequential. So we have two genuine Khanates left. We're actually a Khanate with a national value of liberty, interestingly enough. And our ruling party is the Tengerleg Odd Church, which is conservative. Let's take a look at how many two-minists there are. There's plenty of fascists, only a few two-minists. Tarascan, Gugshi, Kondayai, Oyo, Konsland, and Zapotec. So basically no one. Socialists, we do have Mengu-Tumuria and Corunia being the prime representatives. Loads of fascists though. Loads of them, because there are cores everywhere. Political reforms. We managed to get some schools. This is not a school one. This is... who has allowed slavery? Let's see. Only inconsequential nations, it seems. I don't see anyone here of any fame. No, it's just a bunch of nobodies. Voting franchise. We have Universal with Mengu-Tumuria being a proper utopia. Absolutely disgusting. We are one of the few that allow all trade unions. It's us and New Potsdam. Yeah, this was an odd one from us, but I liked it. Social reforms. Yeah, we managed to get our good school system after much like, we didn't get our first reform until almost the end of the game, so we managed to get the school system. Good job for us, from us. Healthcare, we managed to get good healthcare. We're in a way more limited club here. Pensions. Now this is even more limited. It's us and Inalchi of the Big Boys Club. Unemployment, subsidies, this is... Why would you ever pay someone for not working? And it seems like Narinia is the only one doing that. Nalchi as well. Safety regulations, yep. Greater Bayadia, Inalchi. We're the ones. Max work hours. Oh, is someone at 8 hours? What? Khan's land? Oh, Narinia is at a 10-hour workday. And minimum wage is the lowest one. So, no major nation has a good minimum wage. Country population, this is interesting. I'll sort this out just so we can see. Or you can see. So we have loads of aristocrats here in Hedalgenia, followed by us. Artisans mainly live in Hedalgenia. I guess they don't have factories to build stuff for them. I do. We have bureaucrats. We have the most bureaucrats in the world. Beware our economic reform or law reform. Capitalists. There are not too many capitalists in the world. Most of them reside in Hedalgenia and then our territories. Clergy. Hedalgenia spreading the faith. And then we are representing the church, the Tengri God church. Hedalgenia, I believe, is an amalgamation, very free religious place. Focused on totemist and Tengerleg tradition. Along with Islam. Clerks, Korchia, followed by us. Craftsmen, Hedalgenia has a lot of craftsmen. I believe that's where they get their score from. They actually have people working in their factories. We're quite behind on that front. Korchia has a massive population. Farmers, as you can see here, plenty of farming going on. Laborers, Hedalgenia is breaking all of that raw material they need for their furnaces. That's a very significant laborer population. And Japan has the most officers. Interesting. A good thing to think about. I had no idea they had the officers. And it's Targana has the slaves. 365,000 of them. Soldiers, it's obviously Hedalgenia, followed by us. Because we were encouraging soldiers there for I don't know how long. Quite impressive. Provinces. These are our provinces. Semi-interesting to see. But Karachi ended up being our most populous province. Though the most populous province in the world, if you've missed it, is actually Acapulco. Which has 16 million people living here in Acapulco. You see, they have raised 165 regiments in Acapulco. This is no mere vacation resort. Acapulco is a military-industrial complex, Kurultai supremacist democracy ready to spread their way of life at a moment's notice. Just look at that. 165 regiments. And of course you have CU. CU being a bigger nation does not have as big of a concentration, but there's still so many people living in these various jungles. Like 2 million people per state almost. I really like this little Acapulco though. That's a population center and a half. Comparatively we have like 1 million here and 2 million there. It's basically nothing. Oh. Apparently. No, alright, so these are per country, so we don't really have many concentrations anywhere else. Mengatumeria is quite sparsely populated for obvious reasons. They are very large. So let's keep on looking at the ledger for a while. Province population is not very interesting. Factory production. We have the most output is Nagpur's lumber. Lots of lumber. Fabric, glass, lumber, steel. Yeah. And income. The steamer convoys are producing income. Nice. Electric gear, aeroplanes, steamer convoys, aeroplanes, clipper convoys apparently. I wonder why they are making a lot of money. Employed. Sind employs the most people in a glass factory. Level 55 fabric factory is our biggest factory. Price history. Not sure how to read this even. Not very interesting to me. And then we have this again. So, we really grew during this campaign. Started as quite a small nation here, and then we absorbed our subjects in the east and north. We expanded westwards. We took a decision to core everything in Mongol and unified every province. We don't have any core we didn't take, as far as I can tell from looking at the map. We even attacked Guglug and took the Andaman Islands, because they were rightfully ours. Kortia has expanded significantly. I'm going to clean this up slightly. The Valat and Horde is probably going to lose these two provinces to Horkedag and Alkmarid respectively. Not sure what I'm going to do about Ambagai, but this looks absolutely horrendous. To be honest, I might have to leave it like this and then have some sort of early event unify them, but I would like to avoid that if I can. There are other cores here, but that's only for the Valat and Horde. So, Valat and Horde might get to, let's see here. So they have cores here, they have cores everywhere. Poor Valat and Horde got really destroyed this game. Might do some sort of roundabout shuffling here, where I give Ambagai some of this land. Actually, I might give them that land and then trade it so that they get contiguous borders. Anything for a good game, you know. And the Alkmarids, impressive as always. They have reformed their tribal ways and are now Mongol constitutionalism. Good, I guess. They survived surprisingly long, and I disliked them intently for their refusal to modernize. But now they have, and I guess I'm finally fine with it. In Alchi, I thought they were gonna be the winners, but no. In some of my Observer games I ran before I played this, they completely dominated everything. But now it seems like they have lost most of their cores to Mengu Timuria. They are fascist though, they might want to take it back in Hoi. Who knows what they will do. And Kortia has also taken a lot of land. I mean, Kortia and Mengu Timuria also have some animosity, because Kortia, they took these. And they also have cores here, and they've never taken them actually, so that's interesting. You have some minor nations here doing nothing much, like Nogaya with the coolest flag. Corunia has not done that much. They have eaten Usunia, who held land in southern France, and kicked them out. They now reside here. They're just about to be flipped by nationalists to become Asneha. But that didn't happen. They also ate some of Audagost. Audagost, who never unfortunately really got off the starting position. They never left the starting position. They did reform and become civilized, but that's pretty much all they did. They had lots of potential though. I'm gonna transfer this piece to Audagost. It's not more than right, I believe. Down here we have Bejoburg. Bejoburg is probably gonna be given one of these, because, as you can see, they are quite cloven in half. Very small nation, and most of the Europeans don't even live within their borders. Actually, I think they might do now, but there's quite a few. They've been converted, culture converted, I believe. Most of the European presence. So Bejoburg does have quite a big core base here, but they have lost most of it. They did not get fully annexed though. Targana has fought down here in Africa countless times and gotten territory, lost territory, and in general Targana has performed very poorly. This is one of the nations I helped a lot in EU4. Same with Guglug, and they have both proven to be absolutely incompetent allies. So I've stopped allying Guglug. And they have only found poor Japan that wants to take them under their wing. And Japan never really took Susni. They had the opportunity through a special event that I made them. But it never came to be because they were simply too powerful, protected by Mengu Timuria. Arkai was spat out at some point and then never eaten. They're in the sphere of Megatimuria. This little piece is going to be transferred to Tsusni. Little Karakutan and little Altankom completely engulfed by Megatimuria. I'm going to stay their spherelings or subjects. In Oceania we have the rise of the Philippines, but otherwise nothing really happened here except for our meddling in Australia to acquire coal. Quite embarrassing wars there at the start, but we managed to pull through, and we still have this little two-minist Khan's land that I really need to find a different flag for. Yeah, there's not many powerful nations here. We did decimate Yaqui for their continued untrustworthy behavior. We did help Guglug eat parts of Kadagan early on as well. Now, in North America, we had everything eaten by Heterogenia quite quickly, and they did unify into a very significant nation. Their capital is here in Richmond. It's not that big, only 1.58 million people live there, but it's the seat of their great, not Khan. It's gonna be war chief or something, definitely. You have Japan's little colony here, still untouched by Heterogenia. And they restored Meso-Heterogenia, and then they surprisingly ate Mixtech or Sapotech. I don't remember which one. It was very odd, but maybe they wanted some naval bases here, and I can't prevent the AI from doing stuff like that if it really wants to. Ah, it must have been Mixtech. Because they do have cores here. They had all of these as subjects before, but they decided to break free somehow. The Aztec, the Totonac, the Tarascan. You can see the nationality here is overwhelmingly Nahua, but there's a lot of migratory Nogon Mongols, and here we actually have lots of Baga Mongols. Lots and lots of Mongols are migrating to Meso-Heterogenia. Perhaps they prefer human sacrifice to dying in battle, who knows? Texas has migrated southwards, and it's been here for so long now that it's definitely its home. It's got the Lone Star State up here, still waiting to be reclaimed. I don't think that will happen. We built the Panama Canal by sphering Baburia. Baburia, who has lost so much territory to Narinia. Oh, they never had a core there, apparently. Odd. Carcapua, one of the exile nations. They have Sardinia, Haiti, parts of Nicaragua, and lots of islands. Very odd one. These island nations are odd. They're probably gonna have to be cleaned up by the major nations. Narinia, impressive as always. Wonder what they will be up to. I would suspect that they wouldn't mind going northwards. Who knows? And I know we control this, as in we personally hold it, but I might transfer this to Baburia. So that Narinia can expand northwards in Hoi. Other than that, we have this area here with Chiragulia, who expanded early on, but then stopped, and now they are in the sphere of Korchia. Poor little Yamugai and Nikure, as you remember, they were one of the nations that were a bit everywhere in EU4. They have been exiled here. We have Ney Palermo with a super red flag, symbolizing their socialism. What better way to symbolize or to show off their allegiance than to have 3 shades of red? Orkidag surprisingly expanded into Valatenhud. Poor Valatenhud was really decimated. Democracy, Kurultai supremacist, they're angry. We have Chamond and we have Asunia here, and also Aras Chester. Ireland has been odd since the start. So, now it's time to wait for the update to the converter, so that Victoria Games can be converted to the new version of Hoi 4, the Waking the Tiger update, or the Cornflakes, I think. Cornflakes update? Yeah. And after that I'm gonna start modding a bit, so don't fret if you don't see me for a long time. As you know, I'll always be back, but I take my time, because I have a lot of stuff to do. Anyway, if there's anything I missed, please leave a comment and I'll dig up the information for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again hopefully soon.